Also, chaos and desperation erupting in Gaza as a U.S.-backed group says it has started aid distribution in the territory. This is following Israel's nearly 3-month blockade of supplies. There's video circulating online now, and it shows the moment that thousands of Palestinians flooded this distribution center in Rafah. The new system is drawing concerns from humanitarian groups, including the United Nations, saying that the mechanism violates humanitarian rights and enables Israel to use food as a weapon. ABC News foreign correspondent Tom Burridge is following the latest for us. And Tom, what are we hearing right now from officials today about the rollout of this new system, and how are they describing the chaos that followed?
Yeah, Kenny, the American company running this aid distribution scheme on behalf of Israel with U.S. support said that the need on the ground in Gaza is so great that at one point this afternoon, the crowd basically became too big at one of 2 of these distribution points, which are now up and running. And the crowd basically became so overwhelming that American organization pulled its staff on the ground back out of that area. The IDF then moved in to try and secure the site. The IDF saying they fired warning shots into the air. They say they did not fire those warning shots towards the aid distribution site itself and fired those shots from outside of it. Tonight, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu confirming that momentarily Israel did lose control of the area around that one distribution site, but very chaotic scenes, and it really speaks to the desperation on the ground. The American company running this new scheme says that 8,000 boxes of food have been handed out so far, but remember, the population of Gaza is 2.2 million. Kana?
Well, right, and you're seeing what happens here, the desperation playing out after they haven't had aid in some 3 months. So, Tom, it sounds like the UN and some of these other aid groups are really concerned about the fact that they feel like they wouldn't be able to deliver aid independently to the people that need it. This is happening on top of concerns that we're hearing from many, including the IDF, that the aid might actually not get to the people that actually need it, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, there are a number of reasons why major aid agencies, including the UN, will not participate in this scheme. One of them is they say it breaches the principle of neutrality because the IDF effectively controls security around these aid distribution points. The other is, look, people actually have to move to get to these very limited areas where the aid is distributed. Normally, humanitarian aid should go to the point of need. And if you're the most vulnerable people in Gaza right now, you might not be able to get through the war zone and actually safely access these points. And then there's the issue of scaling this up. At the moment, there are 2 distribution points open. Israel wants to open another 2, getting to 4, maybe plans for getting to 7 or 8. But without the participation of major aid agencies or the UN, there are major question marks whether that will be possible. But Israel says this is needed to stop aid getting into the hands of Hamas. Tonight, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu doubling down, saying, look, the reason we're doing this is so that the aid goes directly into the hands of Gazans who are in need.
All right, and that's happening. The distribution sites, at least in the south, makes it harder for those in the north. All right, Tom Burridge, our thanks to you as always.